And we're live.
Well, today's morning, so good morning, everybody. Welcome back to a brand new podcast. Some new schedule changes. We're going to be recording probably every Sunday now. I have a new work schedule that takes me away from my podcast every Monday, but we're still going to upload on Mondays, and we're still going to give you some motivation. So let's get right into it. Travis, quote of the day, please and thank you.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Quote.
Slow down there.
Slow down. Slow down.
I'm not wearing my glasses, man. I have the screen zoomed in at like
100.
250% just so I can read what you sent me.
Oh
So the
man.
quote of the day is, it's okay if you fall down and lose your spark. Just make sure when you get back up, you rise as the whole damn fire. Colette Warden, or Weirden?
Weirden? Probably Weirden.
Warden?
Sorry, butchering your name. But yes, so I've picked out this quote because it resonates with me. Because I feel like a lot of people out there have been gone down the spiral and then have to climb their way back up. So I've definitely been through that as well. And if you didn't guess from this podcast, it's going to be all about me. We're 16 episodes in, and I don't think I've talked about myself that much. So I figured I let the world know who FitPro Merson is. So we'll start back in 1994. I was born.
That's a
I was,
really good starting point.
I was born in Fredericton, New Brunswick, and then I lived in Ormocto for 9 years. Yay, military family. And then I moved to Ontario, where I have been resigned for the past, I don't know, 17 years. 9 plus 17 equals 26, something like that, math. But yeah, so here I am today. I graduated elementary school here, high school here, college here twice. So my first degree was mechanics, didn't like it. And then I got into a gym. Started working at a gym, and I loved it so much that I decided during COVID that I would get my personal training certificate online through Ashworth College. Pretty good college, pretty good course. Not gonna lie, top of my class. I was the only one taking it at the time, so not hard to beat. But so yeah, so that gave me some knowledge and a purpose in life because I've always had a sense of needing to help people. I grew up around the military, so obviously what they do and what you do, Travis, is very humble and wholesome. So I figured, why not give my hand in that? So I did apply for the military, but there's something wrong with my birth certificate. We won't get into that, but needless to say, I didn't get a call back, and that's okay because I think I went in with the wrong reasons. At the time, I was not really happy in my relationship, so I figured I'd apply, do the whole training thing, get deployed with the thought of never coming back. So I think that's kind of where I went down the rabbit hole a little bit. Sorry, buddy. You do what you do, so it's fine. So yeah, so then I still had this sense of trying to help people, so I figured, why not fitness? And then I could share my knowledge and my story with the world to see if it inspires people to get into their own fitness and later on tell their story. So let's start off back in New Brunswick. Um, my aunt at the time was dating a very fit young lad. I think it was my age by the time they started dating, like 20 years ago, so it's crazy to think. But he was very much into fitness, and pretty much every time we saw him, my brother, my cousin, and I, we would all have like push-up competitions to see who could do the most push-ups. I came second. And I was the youngest, so that's not bad. And always growing up, I had this competition with my cousin to see who could run fastest and all these races. So I was introduced into competition fitness rather young in my childhood playing days without kind of realizing it. But then as I got older, I realized that gym class was obviously my favorite subject. got dodgeballs to the face one too many times. I'm sure everyone has. You can just like taste the rubber in your mouth, eh? And then so after that,
I wasn't a fan of getting balls in the face personally, but to each their own, right?
I mean, there are some out there. There are some. In one of my gym classes, a kid got hit in the face so hard, he flew backwards like 2 feet and landed on his back.
Is that even allowed in schools anymore?
Not anymore. They have to use like soft rubber ball or soft foam balls now. They took away the hard rubber. They just like whip it and it makes a sound too. It's like whoop, and it hits you in the face. Like,
Yeah, it was a good ball. Really good to throw. Didn't hurt
yeah,
that much.
not much. I
Really
broke a few
toughened
pairs
you
of
up.
glasses. Oh yeah. I remember having to put my glasses on the stage so I wouldn't break them again.
I just didn't wear my glasses.
Clearly, it shows in your adulthood.
They're annoying, and I forget about them.
It's true. But yeah, so eventually from elementary school, I tried out for like the basketball team or whatever, track and field. I wasn't very good, but I still made the team. So I was into fitness kind of, but I wasn't really good at it yet. Then came my high school days where I took advanced fitness courses. So that taught me a lot about determination and how to really push yourself. Because I was a chubby kid a little bit, so I managed to get into fitness that way. Because my phys ed teacher, she was like in her 70s, and she was running laps around us. It was like crazy. I'm pretty sure she still does it today, which is even crazier. But yeah, so I've had a lot of influences in my young life to hit up fitness, but I didn't really start hitting the weights until I was 19. And the reason for that, one, I had a buddy who lived right across the street, so I'd just go over to his house, take some pre-workout, and then go to the gym. It was just down the road. And then two is sort of to get me out of a depression. So for those who may know me, I suffer from anxiety, OCD, depression, bipolar. Well, not bipolar, but maybe a little bit of PTSD, just from past relationships and stuff like that. And I don't like talking about it very much because I know there's people out there who have it worse than I do. But there's a little bit of all that in there. And then at 19, it kind of peaked a little bit for my anxiety and my OCD, and I was not yet medicated for it. So the only way to get some release was going to the gym. And I didn't have a job at the time, living with my mom and dad, and just going to the gym and trying to take care of myself. So I got into lifting weights at that time, and ever since I picked up that first dumbbell, I just fell in love with it. And I've tried so many different variations of bodybuilding, powerlifting, but I would definitely say that bodybuilding is my niche. I'm very good at lifting heavy things and putting them down very gently. So that's a skill in its own, because people just lift and then they drop. What about the negatives? You got to work on the negatives. You got to work on that power. So yeah, so to this day, I carry out through my weightlifting and bodybuilding. I've gone through a few body changes here and there. So one time I wanted to lose weight, so I do more cardio, then gain weight, do more weights, eat more, eat less. It's a struggle.
Man, what's with all these low-res photos?
What? Where's that? What are you looking at?
I'll show you in a second.
Okay. Of me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. I'm pretty sure I was
display
turned into me.
capture.
Oh,
There you go.
uh-oh. Do I want to see?
Oh, you can't see it.
Not yet.
You'll
If
get
you
to
share
see
a
it
screen.
later. Share the screen.
Let's see if we can talk about this photo.
And what do we got here?
That's me when I was 13. The first one I tried to be cool, and it was in my parents' dark basement. So I decided to put on sunglasses and a hoodie and use the webcam. So if anyone knows what a 2008 webcam looked like, they're big bulky things, and they took
I have one
yeah.
floating around here somewhere.
So I thought I'd be cool and put on sunglasses in a dark basement. Hey, that's when my dad came home. This was in a drama class, grade 9. We had to pick poses, and the next person came up and tried to input their pose. So I decided that I would be the victor, and then this kid over on my right, so the picture's left, he just started to cry because my armpits were smelly. But yeah, I was more of a jean and hoodie type kid back then. Short hair, family photos,
I'm just
you know.
the family photos aren't. Nobody can see. Here you go. I'm sure there's a story around this one.
End of grade 9, I was trying to grow my hair out, and I was in my parents had the only computer in their room, so they're gone doing something, and then I just decided to, update my profile picture as everyone did every 2 weeks.
That's Facebook in your glasses.
That is Facebook in my glasses, isn't it?
That's old Facebook.
It's old Facebook.
I think that's
my
shareable.
graduation. Oh yeah, my brother's graduation, and there's my cousin on his left. The guy in the blue is my cousin. He's also a big reason of why I got into fitness, because he and I would have competitions to see who could run fastest. My brother being Goose on my birthday. Pretty sure that was my 15th birthday, 14, 15, something like that, yeah. Back when I had the hockey hair, and I rocked it throughout all of high school. That's great.
There we go. Distraction's gone. I was looking for Chubby Brandon, but I couldn't find Chubby Brandon.
But I held my weight more in my tummy area, so that's why I always wore sweaters to cover all that.
That's why I always wear sweaters.
But yeah, so working out for me was a way to get out of my head, get out of the house, and eventually it worked. And it worked maybe a little too well, because then you turn one addiction into another. So at some point I was going 3 times a day.
That's not a problem. That's a solution.
So my morning workout would be my cardio, then my afternoon workout would be my weights day 1, and then my evening workout would be maybe some sports or something. But
why would you use the C word in public? Cardio.
What? Oh, cardio. I was gonna say, do you have to do burpees right now? Like, what's going on? I'm interested in seeing how many people actually participated in our challenge, our swear word challenge, I suppose.
Oh, I'll get more up.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll get people ripped. But yeah, I guess I'm not that of an interesting person. I've had a few relationships. Some were rocky, some are good, some not so good, and that all transformed me into who I am today. And I don't regret a single thing. And every day I'm just striving to be a better person than I was yesterday and grow them muscles, get some gains.
Where did Princess go?
Growing a little bit. Look at that. Boom. Princess is right here.
Did she hear me?
Possibly. This is my puppy.
It was like, where did Princess go? And then I just heard her claws on the ground. I was like, yes.
Here's my puppy. She is a Bichon Yorkie Jack Russell mix. She is 6 years old. Her name is Princess, and boy, does she act like one.
She really does.
Nothing but cuddles.
She's tried to get cuddles while there was a cat sleeping on my chest.
Ooh.
The pain that I went through.
Cat digs his claws into you.
I was just like, not my face, not my face. Stay away from my face. I got enough scars on my body, like, just avoid the face. I even have face scars.
I think we all have face scars.
It's
I
called
got
my
one in my lip.
face.
What big scar? So ugly.
uh,
I have one in the bottom of my lip because my brother and I were wrestling, and he hit me in the head. My front tooth went through my bottom lip. First time I got stitches, and it was the last time too.
I ran into metal bleachers.
Nice.
But the funny thing is the scar that is right here was closer to the center. But as I got
Oh,
older, it kind of just
stretched
moved. Yeah. So now it's over here rather than like almost dead center.
Weird how skin works, eh?
Yeah. But that was hilarious because whenever it happened, I would talk and like my face would open up weirdly because like the top lip would split
Yeah.
until they're like, oh, maybe we do need to get you to the hospital. Because the school was just like, just put ice on it. I'm like, my lip is literally cut in half.
Yeah.
We need
Put
to
some
take
ice
care
on
of this. They're like, we're going to have to call your parents, and your parents are going to have to pick you up. I'm like, what?
it.
Just drive me to the hospital. It's down the road.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Like, I could have walked there, and I actually threatened to walk there if they didn't drive me, so the vice principal drove me.
Oh, there you go. I've been driven home a few times in my day. I had sprained ankles and twisted knees, the fun stuff.
I got driven home in elementary school from the principal of my elementary school because they made me miss my bus.
Oh, nice.
They literally stopped me from getting on the bus when my
Was
parents
it
were out of town.
was it for the same reason? The split lip?
No, that was a different story. The
Oh,
bell rang for all the people that were bussers to get on the
mm,
bus, but the teacher didn't say that we were allowed to leave the classroom yet. So
oh,
they detained me.
huh.
Like a teacher literally picked me up and brought me back into the school.
What?
Yeah, lifted me up. Like if that happened nowadays,
Oh, yeah.
like oh,
Massive
all the
lawsuit.
charges would be laid. But yeah, so I ended up missing the bus, but my parents were at a conference in Toronto,
Mm.
and I like go to the office and I'm like, well, I have no way of getting home now because you guys literally made me miss the bus, and my parents are not in town, and the babysitter we had at the time didn't have a car because her husband was using the car for work. So I literally had no way to get home. So she drove me home.
Nice.
Oh, that was
Well done.
after she called my parents to verify that they were not home. Yeah. She called my parents in the middle of the conference. Like they were literally in the middle of a conference. My dad was presenting. It was hilarious.
Oh, good old
School and
school
me did not
story.
mix well.
I had a reputation of hurting myself like every recess, so I was called Mr. Glass.
You still have a reputation of hurting yourself.
That's true though. I did this one, I guess you could call it a party trick, where I would fall from my feet down flat on my back without flinching.
That explains your back problems.
You think? uh,
Yeah, I would just
Back
fall on my
problems.
back randomly. Everybody
Yeah,
thought it was cool.
yeah. I also would jump off the swing, but I was like super good at like getting height, so I'd have people stand underneath me, and I would jump over them. And I jumped over the tallest kid in the school. He was like grade 8, but he was still like 6'4" at the time. He's a big kid. So I decided to just, jump over him. And there was a pit right where my landing spot was supposed to be. And one foot went in, the other one went out, and it rolled. And then I ended up rolling my ankle. So that was always fun.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
I also invented a backflip on the swing. That was pretty cool. I did not hurt myself first try, so that's good. I was dared to do it, and I did it.
What do you mean? I'm not a wimp. I'll do it. Then you do it. It's successful, and everyone's just like, "What?"
Yeah, I was a talented kid. I even dislocated my friend's shoulder on the merry-go-round. That was
That's a talent. I dislocated somebody's arm.
So it was going around, and you know how you like try to get on, you like follow one rail, and then you jump on, and you're good to go. But I was trying to get on at the same time as she was. So then I made my mark, and then I made her miss her mark. So she grabbed on the wrong rail, and then she like whipped off and flinged off, and then she ended up dislocating her shoulder. And I was like 14 at the time, thinking I could put it back in, but I didn't. I just made it worse.
That reminds me of a book I'm reading about anti-gravity. I can't put it down.
Nice. Dad joke of the day.
I was trying to figure out how to segue it in.
That was amazing. Did you like read that, or was that your own?
Oh, no, I read that from the generator. I just clicked generate, and it was an anti-gravity joke when you were talking about flying and stuff.
That was a pretty cool coincidence.
Why can't you play poker on an African savanna?
Why?
There's too many cheetahs.
Nice. Oh man.
A backwards poet writes in verse.
What?
I don't know what's funnier. Here you go. Read it again.
A backwards poet writes in verse. I mean, it's a thinker.
Poets write verses.
In verse. Oh, thank you.
And
Thank
in
you.
verses backwards.
Oh, yes.
I think that's how we shut her down.
Sound